Hi everyone! My name is Persiana Sabrinides and I am a very lively half Filipina and half Cypriot currently living in the beautiful country of Oman. I'm super excited to show you my life as a Southville International Baccalaureate student studying from home but abroad. Before I used to take the International Baccalaureate Diploma program of Southville, that's a mouthful, I used to be an A-level student. For those of you who don't know what the A-level program is, it's a qualifying academic program which helps you get into universities or qualify for a further study degree or even help you land a job primarily in the UK. However, it also works in other parts of the world as well. So, without further ado, this is my life as a virtual online class student studying from home but abroad. Oman is around 4 hours behind the Philippines, so I usually wake up at around 3:30 in the morning so that I can make it to my classes at 8:30 Philippine Standard Time. And it's just these hours that I really love the quiet environment as I prepare for my day, because then you get some time to yourself and you realize how slow life can honestly go on. At Southville, like any other schools in this pandemic, we usually start with our synchronous classes where we virtually gather via Google Meet. I'll walk you guys through my schedule. In a day, we usually do have 4 lessons to attend, which are 2 hours long each. And these include both asynchronous and synchronous time combined. Today, I have biology, French, and maths in no particular order. Online classes can be extra exciting because it allows a virtual student like me to even study in the most odd places. There are times, I remember, when I take lessons in the car, or sometimes when we were at the mall, or just simply somewhere besides my desk, or something as unusual, I guess. It's not really unusual, but the carpet or the floor. However, Fridays are what truly hit hard for the most, because in Oman, Fridays are considered one of one's weekend. The important thing about Fridays to me especially is that it's the only day that I ever get to see my dad. He usually works outside of the city during weekdays, so every Friday just seeing him is the reason why I usually rush out of classes, or I do my classes in the car, just so that I do get to be able to spend a little bit more time with him, which I see as a true advantage of being able to do online classes. So I'm going to shake the box and then I'll hopefully answer which one. What is your first impression about the International Baccalaureate Diploma program? Without any further context about the IB Diploma program, I actually thought that it would be very similar to my old program, which is the A-level curriculum. I went and did further research, and with further research I found that the determiner of how challenging IB would be actually how quick-paced the lessons were, and that would be one of the most struggling factors that students would definitely have to face. But with that, I also really found super unique subjects that only were being taught in IB, such as CAS and TOK, and I really took an interest in them. I don't think I can say the same things about those subjects now, but that's okay. First impressions, we'll stick to that. Magical box, please give me a good question. Can you share with us how you learned about Southville and your online enrollment experience? I actually went to visit Southville in person in the summer of 2017. And then in 2019, I happened to stumble upon a couple of contestants from Southville who were attending the World Scholars Cup in Connecticut. And I just happened to be a participant as well. And from that, it was more of an introductory, I guess that's where I thought I started to know more about Southville, because it was through there where I made friends, but I didn't really think about that exchange too much. IB was also the same thing as A-levels. You could achieve it within 2 years, but it wasn't really something that you could skip a year. So if I really wanted to transfer, I would have to start all over again. But, you know, the goods outweighed the negatives, and so I went, okay. And I emailed the staff, and I was pleasantly surprised actually with how nice they were, because on top of that, they remembered me from, the little kid that came to their school in the summer of 2017, and they remembered me. The biggest thing that I remember as well was a couple of weeks prior to when school was about to begin, and actually a couple of weeks in school, they would also regularly check up on me and be like, how are you feeling and how are you adjusting to the new environment as well. So that was a great experience. Why did you choose Southville among other international schools in the Philippines or other countries offering IB? That is a good question. Because of this pandemic, my parents and I really thought about the sustainability of us being able to stay in a country that is foreign to us as immigrants. And so having to go back home to my mom's homeland country or my father's homeland country was always a plan B or an option. And so we thought, why not just try and find a school that we know would lessen the hassle of having to transfer and then having to be more actually accessible and more accommodating. Whether I were to stay here, whether I were to go back home to the Philippines, or even if I wanted to go back to, my father's homeland country. And so definitely Southville was a school that screamed that to us, on top of valuing things such as kindness and determination, while being known for welcoming international students with different ideologies and cultural backgrounds to their school. And also a big factor is that you can't ignore that teachers in Southville definitely take care of their students. Like, they care about them, they advocate for them, especially in IB. And so safety would always be a big and major thing that they would hold very treasure to close to their heart. Not only through health-wise, security-wise, reassurance of parents, Southville just hit all of the marks. And so that was a big major factor that we wanted to choose Southville, aside from all the academic qualities that we thought that Southville had, or we could see from an outsider's lens. In the academic sense, I saw that Southville chose IB, was offering IB to students, so I was like, yes, I love that. But on top of that, IB is not only a qualifying fact that, makes it special to a ton of schools in the Philippines or other schools. It's the fact that even though IB is supposed to be tailored to yourself and, you choose the subjects that you want to take, it just doesn't happen to be when students some students just tend to excel in other subjects more because that might be the speciality of the school, and the school might be more experienced in teaching students in those certain subjects. However, Southville has not failed to show themselves and to be able to excel in actually multiple different fields, including sports as well. So I found that really inspirational, and I wanted to surround myself with those sort of people to hopefully learn something from one another and to hopefully grow as a character. So that's why I chose Southville. And on top of that, actually speaking about the community, the IB community is pretty small in Southville compared to other schools. And so I thought, there would be an ensured close bond between teachers, staff members, and students alike. And I really love the idea of having smaller classes, which is what I'm used to, for more personalized education. And so I was really drawn to that, and it was another great factor why I wanted to decide to study IB in Southville. Thank you so much.
She's a ray of sunshine in our class when she's around. She keeps the good mood. I call her my assistant because often when I forget something, when I miss something, she is always here, always there, everywhere to help me and recall what I forgot.
The IB department has really strengthened during the pandemic. We have always had a rich interchange of students from Korea, Taiwan and the rest of Asia. Several students from Europe too. As the virus took hold, worldwide applications came from the Middle East, India, Pakistan and yet more. Being online has opened up the world to our diploma program. The time differences have been admirably coped with by our students, some having breakfast as the others have dinner. A determined effort on the part of our enthusiastic students and ever supportive parents and guardians. Not forgetting, of course, our dedicated teaching staff. Working from home gave many students the opportunity to study with IB in the Philippines. Online was a very effective response to teach the International Baccalaureate curriculum. Lessons given effectively online and stored lesson materials for students who wish to second look. It has worked very smoothly without major problems. Some students actually prefer it. However, we look forward to return eventually, face to face. It has been a challenge that Southville has accepted and is winning.
The question that you had asked earlier, what made you choose Southville? Basically, we question ourselves where our future lies. And basically, I mean, although I am a Greek Cypriot, UK educated, nevertheless, my home or my second home as such is the Philippines because of my wife and because of the children. Therefore, the choice was, apart from what I say, she hated physics, it was a choice of where is she actually going to fit in her future life? And what is she going to follow, irrespective of what she has made up her mind that she wants to follow medical and what have you. But at the end of the day, the choice that we had to make was basically UK, no, Philippines, yes. So that is how she transferred from the A level to the IB, apart from, the dissimilarities between the two syllables.
She's happy. She's IB has introduced her in a totally new world. And what my husband has said, the personal relationship that she have with encouraging teachers is encouraging her to wake up every day at 3 o'clock in the morning. And from now, Southville is already introducing her, even on this distance learning, she's already being introduced on how eventually one day she will be able to adjust quickly in her physical day-to-day activity when she goes home.
I am very honored to be Southville's first online student to ever be taking their program from abroad. But also I feel very grateful in order to hopefully give students and families alike a sense of assurance by sharing my experience with their online program and hopefully encourage others to not hesitate as much in trying to sign up for Southville's International Baccalaureate Diploma program despite being abroad, and how efficient Southville's Volt program truly is. So from one student to another, I wish you all luck on your journey, because Southville, and wherever you go, wherever you're from, Southville always welcomes you. Thank you guys, and I wish you luck on your journey.
Stay amazing while you stay at home.
Be amazing, be Southville.